carelessly left embers can sometimes burn down the whole forest. It's a disaster no one wants to fathom. Once ember catches the wind, it spreads at an alarming rate, and from then on, cannot be extinguished by manpower. September 8th of last year, some inconsiderate person started a fire. Not just in my heart, but also my boss's, Woojin's, and even my co-workers' hearts. All of them burnt to crisp. It must have been a tiny spark or an ember from a cigarette someone carelessly threw away. Turns out there are a lot of people who don't take responsibilities for their own actions. You can launch a nuke with a touch of a button, and you say you don't take responsibilities for your actions, tapping on your little phones. What if that action burns down a person's life in whole? Can you still say that? For the past 8 months, we started pouring water on the mountain on fire, planted new trees, and everything, but a scorched mountain can never return to life. Wanna know what was frustrating even more? That fire spread not only to our company but also to the dearest fans who still believed in and supported Woojin. The haters openly ignored Woojin's fans on Twitter. Anyone who follows Kim Woojin or mentions him will be unfollowed. Yes, you're blocked. What? What if I show my support for Woojin? I'll be ostracized. I better stay down. So shy Woojin fans who still love and support Woojin but cannot express themselves kept piling up. Some actually have turned their backs because of the public opinion. Do you guys know the feeling when people slowly turn their backs to you one by one? We broke our backs trying to prove the innocence, and all we got was criticism and mockery. Oh, what could we do? We were tired. Then the mail inbox started to ring. When we thought everyone turned their backs, there they were, the people who stood still and supported Woojin. You are the oasis to the desert that is endless. There is no life without the Cubs. Cubs not only sent the support but also conducted their own investigations and shared the result on the SNS and even to the company. Listen close, this might cause a mild migraine because it's so complicated, but I'll make it less boring than your physics teacher, okay? Of course, we could open fire with their actual names, but just to avoid any future cyberbullying, please understand that we use their initials only. Anyways, let's get to it. As we uncover the data accumulated by the great detectives, there are 2 names that you should always keep in mind. R and TV. Remember these names. The first accuser, also known as @A1B3C4S9 on Twitter, uploaded the first tweet with not much of an impact. It's only when the powerful Twitterian with 5,000 followers retweeted this claim and this rumor began to blow up to proportion. The person who retweeted is this person, R. R said that the first accuser was a friend of hers. The account @A1B3C4S9 was created on September 1st of 2020 with the account name @ConfessMyDay when initially created. The name was changed prior to the accusing. Interesting. What we should focus on is that one of the followers for this account was R and also TV. It's highly probable that all 3 of them were acquainted. Of course, it was just a speculation at this point. The great detectives assumed that more important information would be there at the first accuser's Twitter, so they dug and dug and dug and then dug some more. In that process, they came across an email address. Look, it's quite odd for an email address. First up, it's long, and more dots than there should be in a regular email address. Our great detectives would never let this slip from their sight. They recognized where this email form was regularly used. Has anyone else guessed? @student.student. 7 letters. Yeah, that's right. It's an email address for a university student. And there just so happened to be a suspicious international school located in Korea. This is the profile for a different student at the same school. What? This email address? So familiar. Now let's get into it and compare the letters. We can see that the number of letters match perfectly with the reference. We won't reveal the whole spelling. We don't want to shine a bad light on the school itself. At first I thought it was like the Department of TV and Broadcasting. What is a TV? Now everyone, let's read together slowly. What was the name that we have to remember today? TV. That's right, everyone. Good job. We know that haters gonna hate.
Hey, isn't that a stretch? There must be thousands of email addresses starting with TV. And how can you be sure it's that university email? What if it's just a coincidence the number of letters matched? At A1B3C4S9 equals a student at the university equals TV? Really?
Hey, I won't be here talking unless we were absolutely sure we have our facts straight. Looking at TV's TikTok and Instagram sent to us by the fans, we know that this person spent the season in Korea, enrolled in that university. By the way, I found TV's account. Seems happy, looking peachy when I work all night thanks to you. Anyhow, we checked the fact that TV actually went to that university until August of 2020 by making an inquiry to the student council. And the fact-checking was an overkill because TV willingly admitted. TV said, I have no idea about the email, blah blah, I will check it later because I don't access that email since I'm no longer linked to blah blah university. And that I did create the account at Confess My Day, but I don't own it now. I told R the password for the account. What? And R said that she doesn't know who Kim Woojin is. Really? Does R really not know who Woojin is? Whew. Clearing my head, I thoroughly went through R's Twitter account. Doesn't know him, my ass. She happened to have tweeted on October 28, 2019, 1 year prior to this whole fiasco, raging on about Woojin. And R was the one responsible for retweeting the first accusation and spreading the rumor. Stop changing your stories!
I don't know, it wasn't me, it was someone else.
If you don't know, you should have stayed silent. The best of friends, R and TV, when cornered with facts, were busy turning on each other and running away. Are you guys still good friends? Just curious. Now, to conclude. Both suspects were from Brazil. One of them, TV, is the owner of the account with the initial false accusation. R was the person with 5,000 followers who retweeted the story to actively spread the rumor. All of this, and I mean all of this, was put together from the investigations and information sent to us by the fans who still support Woojin. The great detectives that picked us up from the ground when we fell and put wings on our shoulders. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. We love you. We're in the process of launching an international investigation with our lawyers. It's known to take some time, but we got time. It's not us whose asses are on fire, if you know what I mean. Wink. Good night, everyone. Sweet dreams, Cubs. And good night to you, too. I bid you farewell.